All right, so it's an absolute beautiful day, and I have a birthday party to go to. So what better way to go than with the Camaro? We're gonna take it for a drive. There's actually a car show that is in town on Saturdays that I've never gone to. They started it last week, and I might drive in there today to check it out. But here we are. Air compressor is noisy. Starts right up. All right, well, we're gonna get it pulled out of the garage here, let it warm up outside, and let the air compressor fill up. One thing about air suspension is it is inconvenient. You really want to let your compressor fill all the way up so that it stops running. There we go. Finally, the air compressor shuts off. So, yeah, we should have a beautiful day, and we're gonna go for a drive. The one thing about this car that I've never really fixed, when it's cold, it does not want to shift. It takes quite a bit to get it to actually shift gears without it spinning the tires. It seems to want to do almost every time. All right, well, it is Saturday night. I do have my Camaro out. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it for a car drive yet. There is a car show in town, more of a drive-in type deal that they just started on Saturday nights. But as you can see, everywhere I look, this place is a mess. And the reason for that, I don't have enough room. However, the concrete guy had called me yesterday and said, weather permitting, he's going to start setting up on Tuesday, and I have to have enough room through here for cement trucks and dump trucks because we are building a 30 by 40 garage where all this dirt's broken at. For right now, the plan is a steel building that's going to be 6 foot behind my original garage. The reason for that is eventually I'm going to tear this garage down, so I don't want to connect it to this garage at all right now because we're going to put an addition on the front half after the back's built, so that way I have a place to go with all my stuff. As you can see, my yard is literally covered in cars and stuff as well. Have to start getting rid of some things. With that, I own too many vehicles, and we are going to probably be putting a couple of them up for sale. Whether we sell them as broken cars or I get them fixed before I sell them, I don't know. We're going to do some cleanup tonight here and tomorrow, and hopefully by next week we're starting to pour concrete, and then within the end of the month I am putting together a building. I'm going through and cleaning up the yard and trying to get this ready for the guy to come pour my concrete. I was going to take the cars and put them away, and if you watched my day 5 coverage of Power Tour, I was also, besides worried about my oil pressure, the fact that my gas gauge said my car was out of gas, and I made it to the backyard. It is empty. The fuel filter, if you can see it, pretty much has a little drop of gas left in the bottom, but the tank is dry. So hopefully I have enough gas in this can to where I can actually get it to start, so I can get it out of my backyard and into my garage. Well, it was probably only about a gallon, maybe a gallon of gas. Let's see what the pump sounds like. Oh, it's still super quiet. Oh, it's getting louder. Oh, you can hear it starting to try and suck fuel. Let's see if it'll start. All right, we're going. If it's gonna run, I'm getting out of here. Well, that was enough fuel to get me out of the backyard. So we're gonna get lined up with the hoist here and get it thrown into the garage, but pretty sure this is my next project. And unfortunately, I thought I was going to be done with this project for a little while, but we're gonna get the engine ripped apart, find out exactly what went wrong. But there is a burnout competition coming up pretty soon, and I would love for this to be the car that does it this year. So we'll see if we can make that happen. I'm gonna go for a car ride tonight. And they're shutting the chicken's cage up here for them before they go to bed. But I'm not taking my Camaro. I'm gonna take my wife's Sunbird convertible because my daughter has a bunch of stuff in it that I have to take to her house. And I have to go diagnose a coolant leak or an overheating problem on her car back at my old shop. So that's the plan for tonight. Well, I'm here checking it out for a coolant leak, and it actually seems to be holding pressure. Was about a quart low. So yeah, not sure if we got a cooling fan problem or not. We're gonna let it run for a little bit to see if they turn on. But wasn't super low on coolant. Not sure. But pretty nostalgic to be back at my old shop and working on my daughter's car again. She obviously still lives here, so anyway, I'm gonna see if the radiator fans kick on or what her problem is. But she said for the first time the red light turned on and said it was overheating. Now it's really bringing back memories because I'm on a test drive on my test drive loop with her car to see if it overheats. So the temp gauge is kind of going up pretty fast here. I don't know, it's jumping around and kind of going a little goofy here. It's almost up to the halfway. It seemed like it went up, dropped back down, went back up again. Now it seems like it's holding steady right there. There might be some air behind the thermostat because it was a little low on coolant, but I'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I used to test drive this same exact route going down this street. Probably, anywhere from, I would say, a minimum of twice a day to 5 or 6 times a day, depending on how many cars and what the jobs were. But it's kind of crazy being out of work for 7 months. Doesn't feel like it. I've had so much stuff going on. It's definitely does not feel like I've had 7 months since I sold my building, but it actually test driving this car today, it feels like a day hasn't gone by. Obviously my name's no longer on the building and I don't have to show up tomorrow morning, so that's good. But as far as all the time I've taken off and enjoyed, it went really fast. So it's all right. Next week we're gonna start the garage and yeah, moving forward with life. But as far as temperature goes, it's been staying pretty close to right here. It's moving around a little bit. I don't know if maybe there's an air pocket behind the thermostat that caused it to overheat, or maybe there's a problem with the cooling fans that obviously I'm moving and I have airflow and it's not very hot out today. So I'm gonna go park back at the apartment again and see if I get the fans to kick on. Kind of cool, I got to hang out with Pete the cat again. This was the shop cat that I would have to kick out every single night when I would go to leave because he'd be in my garage. Well, and the cooling fans just kicked on, so I'm going to assume that it was a little bit low on coolant and it air pocketed behind the thermostat. I'm going to probably have her drive it for a little while and see what it does, but I don't really know where the coolant went because I didn't really find a leak. But fans just kicked on and kicked back off, and the temperature is right in the middle. So I think I'm gonna have her drive it for a couple days before she brings me back my car, because I gave her my Honda to drive. And yeah, may have to look at this one for a coolant leak in the future, but as of right now I really don't see a problem. Well, it is an absolute beautiful night for a drive. We got the sun going down, giving us a nice sunset here. But the car show that was supposed to be at the Rusty Taco over here don't think there's anybody here. I'm not sure how good their car cruise in is doing, but I don't know. I don't see a car show there. I got a flyer in my car saying that there was going to be a car show at the Rusty Taco every Saturday for the rest of the summer, and I didn't see anything there. So not sure how well they advertised it. Maybe they only tried the one time and it didn't work the 1 week, so they quit doing it. But I don't know. We'll have to maybe check next week and see if it's the same way. Well, with that, I'm back at the storage units, and we're gonna put the Sunbird in the garage for the night. Well, and with that, Sunbird's inside for the night, and I'm gonna head home.